Hello everyone! Today's episode is about starting conversations over the phone. I'm going to share 5 phrases with you that will help you when you need to make inquiries over the phone. Are you ready? Welcome to English Made Simple. You are listening to episode number 177, number 177, número 177. So hello again, boys and girls. My name is Milena from EnglishMadeSimple.net, EnglishMadeSimple.net. How is it? Hope everyone is fine and dandy. Actually, let me ask you this. Are you fine? Are you feeling fine? I am not fine. I am not fine because I got a fine the other day. I got a fine. Yes, the word fine, F-I-N-E, has 2 meanings. If you use it as a noun and you say a fine, it means you got a ticket or an infringement notice, meaning you've been penalized for breaking rules or laws and you have to pay something. You have to pay a fine. So, let me tell you a quick story before we get into today's show, right? This is why I had to pay a fine. A police car was following me and pulled me over on last Friday. And I thought it was because of my bad singing. I tend to sing in the car and I thought maybe I was a bad singer, you know. She heard it and had to pull me over. Said, stop singing. But it wasn't that. Thank goodness I can still sing in the car. I can continue doing that. The policewoman told me that my brake lights didn't work. Brake lights, they're like stop lights, okay? You know, when you're driving and you need to slow down, you have to push the brake pedal to slow down. And, well, those lights that appear at the back of the car didn't work for me, apparently. I didn't know, because the brake lights are located at the back of a vehicle. They're at the back. It is at the back. I can't see those lights. I don't have my eyes at the back over there. There is no way to see those lights until someone tells you, hey, check your lights. They're not working. And then you go, yep, I need to change those. Right. So, back to my sad story. A police car pulled me over and said, well, a policeman pulled me over and said, hey, did you know that your brake lights are not working? And I said, nope, I didn't know that. So, to cut the long story short, the policeman said, okay, so today I have to give you a ticket. It's a ticket for breaching vehicle standards. It means I broke some rules about maintaining my vehicle. All right. I said, okay, what does that mean actually? And he said, it means I have to fine you $468. What? What the hell? Guys, just so you know, this is in Australian dollars, but still, this is quite a lot of money. It's almost a week's worth of wages. Someone gets paid that much a week. I could have traveled to Melbourne and Adelaide twice for this amount of money. It's shocking. I have to borrow money from someone to pay for this. Bloody hell. And the whole time I was thinking, fudge it. I should have stayed at home today. I should have stayed at home. I shouldn't have gone anywhere today. Should have just stayed at home. Sorry guys, I'm just venting. That was kind of a long introduction. And as you know, I'm full of stories. So I just wanted to share that story with you all because I knew that you guys would understand. You would understand. You know what I'm going through. Now, you understand why I'm not feeling fine. I'm still recovering. It happened a week ago. Okay, so today's episode is not about fines. Today's episode is about starting conversations over the phone. More specifically, it's about conversations when you're calling someone to make an inquiry about something. If you're new to this show, just to let you know, I did an episode about speaking English over the phone. That was episode number 038, number 038. Long time ago now, that episode teaches you common phrasal verbs when speaking over the phone, such as phrasal verbs like hold on, hang up, and so on. Hold on means wait. Hold on a second means wait a second. Hang up means to end the call. End the call. Right, so today we go a bit deeper than that. How do you start a phone call with someone? How do you start talking with somebody over the phone? For example, let's imagine you're looking for a place to rent. You're looking for accommodation and you need a place to stay. So you want to call someone to organize an inspection of the property. Let's think about that scenario. Normally we look at properties online on the internet. Most of the time, properties look different from the photos that are displayed on the internet. So sometimes you have to go and check it out in person. You have to see the place in person and see if you like it or not. You can't just rely on the photos that you see on the internet. Actually, you could probably organize the whole inspection on the internet. You don't have to call anybody. But sometimes it's better to call the person who is renting their place and visit the property in person, okay? In Australia, when it comes to renting, we would deal with property agents most of the time. So you would probably need to call a property agent in this case. Right, so how would you start your phone call then? Do you know what to say when the person on the other line picks up the phone? Most of us would freeze with fear or get confused about what to say. I know, it's scary to speak to someone on the phone when it's not in your language. I've been there, I get it. I had the same fear when I moved to New Zealand. But let me tell you what I used to do whenever I found myself in that situation, when I'm unable to speak over the phone, when I feel, when I had that fear. Well, what I used to do is write down exactly what I would say and just read it out over the phone. Just read it as I've written it. And guess what? That helped me start conversations, okay? It helped me start conversations. And the important thing is to start speaking. And after that, the conversation will just flow, okay? After that, you'll be answering questions. So it's a bit easier. Alrighty, so that was my tip for you guys today. Write it down and then read it out when you are trying to make a phone call, before you make a phone call and need to talk to somebody, alright? Cool. So, how do you know what to say in the situation that I explained earlier when you are talking with a property agent, for example? Well, I prepared some phrases for you. I prepared 5 phrases that you can use before you start making phone calls, okay? So here are some useful phrases for you guys. Number 1, if you're calling to make an inquiry about a property, here's something you could say. Like, hi, my name is Shakira. I'm calling in regards to the property you have listed in Adelaide City. Oh, as if Shakira would want to move to Adelaide. No way, Jose. Okay, so the phrase is, I am calling in regards to, okay? The phrase number 2, something else you could say, okay? Hi there, my name is Justin, as in Justin Bieber. I am calling regarding the property at number 4 James Street in Adelaide. Justin Bieber is coming to Adelaide. Okay, so the phrase number 2 is, I am calling regarding the... And the important thing to remember is, say your name, introduce yourself, right? Number 3, phrase number 3, how you can start your conversation over the phone, okay? Hi, my name is Milena. I'm calling about the property on James Street. I think it's in the city. Let me give you the address. It's number 4 James Street in Adelaide. Only Milena moves to Adelaide, not Shakira or Justin Bieber. Okay. Or if you don't know the exact property that you're inquiring about, then you could ask the agent on the other line something like this. Let's say the agent is called John. Okay? Hi John, my name is blah. I'm interested in rental properties you have close to the city. Have you got anything available for me to see this week? So that was the phrase number 4. So you can start your conversations with I am interested in. Or you can also start with I am interested to know. I am interested to know if you have any available properties for rent in the city. Cool? Am I making sense so far? Hope you guys are following me. Okay, and the phrase number 5, how you can start conversations over the phone. Again, we are talking to Agent John. All right, here it goes. Hi John, my name is James and I would like to know if you have any properties for rent close to the city. Cool, easy, alrighty. So the phrases I want you to remember are I am calling about blah blah blah. I am calling regarding the blah blah blah. I am calling in regard to. This one is a bit informal, okay, but you can still use it. I am calling in regards to, and then you explain why you're calling. Another one, I am interested in. I would like to know if blah, blah, blah. When you're speaking on the phone, remember to be polite, okay? I forgot to say that. Be polite. Use words such as please, thank you. Those are your magic words. They always work. Please and thank you. And also words like would, could, or may. Like for example, could you please tell me about blah blah? May I please know your name? Sorry, I missed it earlier. May I please know your name? You can say, can I please know your name? Well, my advice for you guys is to choose one way to ask for information and stay with it. Just stick with it. Just use the same phrase when making inquiries about anything. Let's say if you're calling movers, people who move you from one house to another house, okay? If you need to move houses, you could say something like, hi there, I'm calling regarding your house moving services. I am moving from A to Z, and I would like to know how much that would cost me. Thank you. Right, and that's it. So think about these 5 phrases that I shared with you today. They could be your catchphrases, as I like to call them. These are the phrases you rely on every time you need to make a phone call, okay? These will be your lifesavers. And you can still use my tip that I shared with you. You can still write down, what you're about to say before you make the phone call. So that always works. I know it worked for me. Cool bananas, amigos y amigas. Today's episode was short and sweet and to the point. I hope you got some useful tips from today's episode. Before we finish today's show, let me send a greeting to somebody. Let me send a greeting to Monica from Poland, who found the EMS podcast by accident and who now listens to it twice per day. Woohoo! How awesome! Hello, Monica, or is it cześć in Polish? I don't know. I think it's cześć. According to Google, that's what it says. So, cześć and hello to Monica. And also, big hello to, let me see if I can pronounce this correctly, Togi, or Tugi. Togi, let's say Togi is from Mongolia. Yep, that's right, all the way from Mongolia. I don't know how to say hello in Mongolia, but Google does. So, is it Sain-u? Sain-u? Well, a big hello to Togi. Thanks for listening to the EMS show and thanks for sharing your story with me. And thanks everybody for tuning in to today's episode and for listening to my sad story I shared with you at the beginning of the show. Now I feel much better after sharing that with you guys. Awesome! You've been an amazing audience and you've been jamming with Milena from English Made Simple. Until next time, hasta la próxima!